everyone. It is Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. Welcome to 8 West. This morning we left some of the windows open last night.
Oh, yeah.
It was
chilly, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it felt good. I woke up and I closed them up, and then I was like, wow, things have changed so fast. But it was even like that yesterday, and it was gorgeous during the day, and what I was wearing, I had a sleeveless dress on, and then by the evening time, we were walking around for dinner last night, and I felt like I really needed a coat, and I didn't have one with me.
Or a sweater, a little wrap to have along with you.
So it's kind of good. We've kind of officially hit that season where you need to at least be carrying something with you, whether you're wearing it or not, putting it in your car.
Yeah, just have it along.
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Well, I keep 2 umbrellas in my car all the time, one for myself and one in case somebody wasn't watching the weather forecast, and I can rescue them.
I keep 2 as well.
I keep 2 jackets because it never fails that I will bring one along for myself. One of my kids will forget it, and I'm thinking either I stay comfy because I planned ahead, and I look like totally a jerk of a mom because my kid's shivering.
Do you carry an extra blanket too?
Well, I was thinking I need to put 2 blankets in my I need to put 2 blankets in my car, and then at some point get all that emergency kit in with the kitty litter, the jumper cables, we talked about last year, the extra food,
just in case something happens. Kit. We're not quite there yet, so I don't even want to think about that.
No. Well, although I do keep a flashlight in the glove compartment of my car now, just because you never know, and it'd be nice to have a flashlight.
I hate not being prepared for anything, and so all of my bags are overstocked with things that I never use, but just in case.
Just in case.
There's someone that needs something.
I know.
It's good to have it handy.
It's good to have it handy. Well, I was talking to you a couple weeks ago that, my kids are very athletic. They play a bunch of different sports. But Jen, my youngest, does all the sports that the other kids didn't play. She's a basketball player. She's a soccer player. And in 7th grade, they can do volleyball for the first time. And so earlier on, it looked like I was going to be volleyball coach. They had their first game yesterday. I was replaced. They actually had a more qualified person. One of the teachers stepped forward. So here's Jen serving. This is the end of their very first match, and and they actually, for the first game of the season, for the first games of the season, they actually look pretty good. They play 4 games in a match, and our team won 3. And the other team from New Zealand won 1 game. So it's just kind of fun. I'm still kind of trying to figure out volleyball because they do this thing called rally scoring. When I was a kid, you could only score when you served, but now apparently you can score whether you're serving or the other team's serving, and all the volleyball parents out there are like, what planet have you been on?
Sometimes maybe in the league that you're in, there are different rules. And Terry is telling the truth here about being the coach, because you were trying to recruit my husband to come, who is a beach volleyball player, and he also plays some indoor volleyball in the wintertime to train. But you were saying Bryce has to come out and
I know, I was very nervous about that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I wasn't sure.
It was great that you stepped up anyway, so they would have someone so they could play.
And then another team, another teacher at the school stepped forward and volunteered to do it, so it was really awesome. But it was funny you mentioned beach volleyball. My parents came to watch, and my dad was thinking somehow that it was going to be outside. My mom said, no, it's going to be inside. I said, I'm pretty sure it's outside.
Probably because we're just getting off that season.
So,
and everybody's been doing beach volleyball.
Right.
And, it can be year-round, depending on the venue that you're playing. And so, like, the beaches are pretty much closed at this point. I was driving by Grand Haven State Park last week, and they've even started putting up the posts for the fencing. It made me very, very sad.
Next time you're out there, you have to take some pictures and bring those in for us.
I'll take some pictures. I was talking about how we were walking around after dinner last night. We had dinner downtown Grand Rapids, and then we're walking to go get some coffee, and I ran into this mob of people, and it was, it wasn't very late. And so this is what it was. It was right outside where the Schuler bookstore is downtown.
Yeah, what was going on there?
Actually, this was a big line for a book signing and a speaking engagement that Chef Duff Goldman was in town.
Ace of Cakes, right?
Ace of Cakes. That's the show that's on the Food Network that he's a star of.
What a line.
Actually has Charm City Cakes. It went around the block, Terry.
Wow.
This is the book that a lot of people wanted to get signed by Chef Duff. Came in. So many people there, and he's actually in town today too. Has a big show and cake unveiling at DeVos Hall today. So if you're interested in seeing Chef Duff and you missed him last night or yesterday, you can still head out. Ran into this woman right here, and I was asking, everyone had cupcakes, so I was like, did the cupcakes are part of this? Is it part of this event? And they're like, you know what? Sandra, bless her heart here, this is her name, she said, you can have my cupcakes. I didn't take them, actually. But
I would have taken them, Sandra.
Apparently, when you bought the book, the Ace of Cakes book, the cupcakes came with it, and there were 4 of them. They were smaller, and they were in a little container, and I thought that was so cool. I'm like, where'd everybody get the cupcakes? They looked amazing.
And you didn't take one?
I didn't take one.
Come on, Rachel.
And I said to my husband, who's next to me, I said, you probably want them, don't you? And he's like, oh yeah, I want them, but I'm not. We are going to get some coffee. And so he just opted to get the coffee instead. But I thought that was really sweet, and I thought, what a great opportunity for people to come out. Those cake shows have become enormously popular. I looked online, and I guess it's on Thursday night on the Food Network, so if you want to check out Ace of Cakes with Chef Goldman, who's actually a Michigan native. He's actually on the East Coast now, his cake-making company. Saw some of his cakes that they make online. Incredible. Shaped like dolls, shaped like anything you could imagine. It's really, really cool and inspiring a lot of people, as you can imagine.
Well, you know, there's another sort of offshoot of that show, the Cupcake Wars, which I really like because I find cupcakes a little more approachable to make.
Just put them in the tin, not having to make anything fancy.
Although they make fancy cupcakes for that one too. So
that's kind of all the rage. It's kind of replaced the whole cookie thing. You go to New York City and big places, and they have cupcake gourmet that have lines of people coming out the door.
Well, fantastic. Well, I had a little adventure yesterday. You know, Jacqueline's away at college, and so we don't get to see her all that often. And she had to come home because she has this wisdom tooth thing going on. So she had the consultation yesterday with the oral surgeon. So she was in town briefly for that, and Jen didn't know that she was coming. And little sister Jen has not seen her since before Labor Day when she left. And so Jen was walking down the street with her friends after school, and I said, Jacqueline, why don't you go do a surprise attack on your sister? And so I pulled the car over, and Jacqueline got out and ran up, and Jen was really surprised and happy to see your sister. And of course, while Jacqueline was home, she brought her laundry, which I'm glad she did because her time was very limited.
Get used to that, Terry.
So there we were. We did the laundry, and as she went to the oral surgeon. But it'll be interesting for Thanksgiving this year. I want everybody to email me the best recipe you have for turkey soup because Jacob and Jacqueline are both getting their wisdom teeth out the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. My father-in-law has a great turkey soup recipe.
Great idea.
So I'll pass that along.
Or turkey milkshakes, something like that. I don't know. They're both going to be down for the count.
A pumpkin milkshake?
Something like that.
Really
so anyway, so the day before Thanksgiving, they're getting their wisdom teeth out, both kids.
Okay.
I'll be a nursemaid for that weekend, I think.
Well, you're going to be really, really busy because that's a big food prep day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
All right.